Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play this video and talk about things that are going on, to explain what's going on, and talk about things that I think that are being done right and or done wrong. Here we go.
Good afternoon. I am Assistant Sheriff Jamie Prosser, and I'm here to brief you on the additional details as we know them today about the officer-involved shooting that occurred on Friday, July 21st, 2023. This is officer-involved shooting number 4 for 2023, the third non-fatal shooting this year. At this same time, in 2022, we had 6 officer-involved shootings, with 2 of those being non-fatal. This event was initiated as a person armed with a knife on July 21st at 8:55 p.m. The officer-involved shooting occurred in the 2100 block of North Valley Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada. You can see the scene to my left. The involved officer is Officer Vladimir Butler. He is 29 years old and has been with the LVMPD since 2017. In this incident, Officer Butler was armed with a Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm equipped with a tactical light. The investigation revealed he fired 1 round during this incident. He is assigned to the Community Policing Division, Northwest Area Command. The suspect is identified as Dusty Porter. He is a 35-year-old black male adult, 5 foot 11 inches tall, weighing 180 pounds. He is pictured to my left. Porter was armed with a kitchen knife. Porter faces the following charges: kidnap, first degree, with use of a deadly weapon, and resisting an officer with a deadly weapon, not a firearm. The details of the officer-involved shooting are as follows. On July 21st, 2023, at approximately 8:55 p.m., a woman called 911 and stated her brother, Dusty Porter, was acting weird and was armed with a knife. She told the dispatcher that Porter was arguing with her and he was following her from room to room while carrying the knife. The female victim told the dispatcher Porter would not let her leave the house and she locked herself in a bathroom. Based on the details provided to dispatch, this call was generated as a STAR protocol. This means at least 3 officers and a supervisor must be assigned to the call. The purpose of this protocol is for officers to slow the momentum and hopefully have a peaceful resolution to a volatile and dangerous situation. At approximately 9:05 p.m., Officer Butler and other officers arrived and established a perimeter. Officers began to have dialogue with Porter from outside the residence. Porter refused to come out and repeatedly told officers they were going to have to kill him. Porter could be seen through a window as he stood in the house armed with the knife. Officers continued their efforts to de-escalate the dangerous situation for several minutes until the female victim could be heard screaming from inside. Her screams prompted officers to make an emergency entry. They made their way towards the screams and kicked in the bedroom door. Porter ran through the bedroom and locked himself in the bathroom with the victim. Officers could still hear her screaming and kicked open the bathroom door. Officer Butler observed Porter with the knife. Porter's actions prompted Officer Butler to discharge his firearm 1 time, striking Porter. Other officers used an electronic control device, also known as taser, to take Porter into custody. He was taken to UMC Trauma, where he remains. Prior to being transported, officers tended to his injuries as they waited for medical personnel. Porter was booked in absentia for the aforementioned charges. We will now play the 911 call.
I mean, fuck that. I don't have no more. I'm gonna go about that shit. Quit asking me that. What I do that? I see you right there. Come on. Show me. Show me. Show me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep that door there, and I'm going there with my sister.
What did he mention about his sister?
He said he's gonna kick the door down and come in here.
Okay. I got 5 seconds. Come in here. You do what I need to do. I got 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
What's that noise?
Come on.
What's going on?
Come on. Come on. Y'all hear me? Don't kill me. I see you right here. I see you right here.
What's going on, ma'am?
Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Kill me. Kill me.
And now we're going to show you body-worn camera footage from the officer-involved shooting.
Yep. Kick it. Just kick it.
Come on.
Somebody get taser. Get taser. Hey, we gotta go.
Go. Now, go.
Oh.
Go.
Go.
Hey. Go. Open the fucking door. There you go. Kick the door. Taser. Get a taser. Taser now. Watch your hand. Watch your hand. Come on. Taser.
And lastly, this still photo is of the suspect armed with the knife just after officers kicked in the bedroom door. This concludes our briefing. Does anyone have any questions? Yes. Well, you got to take into the totality of the whole situation. Female calls in saying that her brother's threatening to kill herself, kill himself. They arrive on scene. He's making the same threats to all the officers on scene. They did an amazing job, lots of restraint, attempting to de-escalate the situation. However, when he makes entry into that bathroom, and now he has his sister held hostage, he's made numerous threats that he's going to kill her, kill himself, force officers to kill him. It was such a dynamic situation, and our officers had to take into all of that. Yes. I do not have those answers to those questions. The investigators might be able to provide that after this briefing, but I don't have that information on hand.
Can you go into the dangers that are being processed there by officers? Obviously, you're saying wash your hands, take some tasers, and maybe action to go into how to get through. Can you go into the details of how to issue these officers or
Well, based on the video footage that we just presented you, obviously there was some discussion, some pre-planning before officers even made entry into the residence that day. They obviously decided who was going to utilize which tool. They knew to have the taser available. It was unfortunate that he was able to get into that bathroom before we were able to use the taser when we entered the bedroom. It's one of those situations that our officers are unfortunately placed into on a regular basis, where they have to make these split-second decisions. But luckily, because of our training and the ability to slow the momentum, to pre-plan, to come up with who's going to do what and how we're going to enter, it gives us a little bit more time. So. Well, STAR protocol is often generated when if there's a danger, an armed subject, and it allows our dispatch to send multiple officers to include a supervisor, because oftentimes we find a supervisor can help slow things down, help with that pre-planning situation. So that's why this one was STAR protocol. Thank you so much.
So, a huge difference in this media press release versus the last video that I just did. The last one I just did was a white suspect, and this one is a black suspect. In the white suspect case, I can't remember what the question asked was, but when they asked if there was any questions, nobody said anything. And then someone asked one question. I forgot what it was, but it was something like nothing, that required a lot of explanation or anything like that. This one, involving a black suspect, there's all kinds of questions in this one. And both of them are armed with deadly physical weapons. In this one, I think the suspect has done a little bit more egregious stuff. They've taken the family member hostage and threatened to kill him. And then it also coming at the officers with an aggressive stance like they're going to harm the officers. Yeah. So why is it that the questions and everything were more in this one versus the other one? I'll let you be the judge of that one. So they talked about this STAR protocol, how they have multiple officers respond with a supervisor to incidents like this. That's great, but at the end of the day, you're still dealing with a person with a deadly physical weapon who is threatening to harm people and can harm you and or kill you. Going at it with pistols only is a mistake. This is a high-risk call. High-risk calls require long guns. Whether a rifle or a shotgun, I don't care. You need a long gun when dealing with something like this. Long guns are better than pistols because they have longer barrels and more points of contact on them to help stabilize them, and the terminal ballistics are night and day. In this screenshot right here, when they first make contact with this guy, he's got this knife raised up in an ice pick kind of hold. He is a deadly physical threat. They are well within 21 feet. This guy, if he wanted to, could charge forward and start slashing and stabbing. Even with their guns drawn out, he could still close that distance and get on them before incapacitating rounds could take him out from the pistol. Keep in mind, pistols kind of suck, and it could take multiple rounds from pistol to achieve physical incapacitation. And there's even at this distance, there's still a chance that when this officer started shooting, he could miss a round or two. If this officer had a rifle, be less likely he would miss him, and it would take fewer rounds to achieve the desired effect of physical incapacitation. Let's play this.
Open it, back up. Kick it, just kick it. Open it, back up. Kick it, just kick it. Open it, back up. Kick it, just kick it. Open it, back up. Kick it, just kick it.
That officer should have fired at that point right there. This guy's got the knife up in an ice pick hold. He's already made threats to kill people. He's facing them with that knife. He should have just dropped him right then and there.
Come on. Somebody get taser. Get taser. Hey, we gotta go. Go. Now, go.
Oh.
Go.
I like that.
Go.
Yeah. Hold on.
Go.
Oh, here, you go in front of me. Here, let me push you. Let me push you forward. Like, what the fuck is that?
Hey, we gotta go.
We gotta go. That means you go.
Go. Hey, open the fucking door. Kick the door.
So it's obvious that he is standing on the other side of this door. And this is an interior door. You can even see the door move inward some and then come back. So that's indicative of the fact that the dude's standing against that door, holding it back. Interior doors and door frames are not that well made. It is very easy to kick in an interior door. And in fact, in interior doors, a lot of interior doors are so weak that if you kick that door, you can actually send your fucking foot through that door because it is so cheaply made and so thin. So you got to be careful when you go to kick interior doors, because you very well could get your foot stuck inside that door by literally impaling it with your lower extremity.
Watch your hand.
So at this point, there is a purchase point, right? This door is open. They may not be able to get a lot of coverage with less lethal taser in there, but this is an open crack at this point. He could have taken his OC can, pointed inwards, and just started to empty the can and fill that room with OC. That's an option. Is it the best option? Not necessarily, because inside an interior enclosed space, everyone's going to be feeling that stuff at some point. But that could have been an option. I don't think it's the best option, because you are now at the tip of the spear with a less lethal weapon, and everyone behind you with lethal weapons are not there. That dude could very quickly decide to move out the way and then pop this door open and come at you. So this is kind of a crappy scenario to be in right here.
Come on, Taser.
Just like that right there.
Watch in. Come on, Taser. Taser. Watch in. Come on, Taser. Taser. Come on, Taser. Taser.
And again, rifle, shotgun. If this officer had a rifle or shotgun, all it would take, I think, is one good hit, and this guy would no longer be a threat. So this video and the last video from Las Vegas stuck out to me because they don't provide a whole lot of body cam footage with this. It's just very short snippets of footage. Not a lot to go with there. In contrast to other agencies that provide like at least 30 seconds to a minute of before and after, typically, that kind of gives you an idea about what's going on. Other agencies will do, kind of like a little press release and show you the meat and potatoes of stuff, but then they'll also post the full-length body cam footage in a separate video. Las Vegas, for whatever reason, does not do that, and I have noticed that it seems like they've changed how they do their videos. Why have they changed how they do their videos? I don't know, but I don't like it because it doesn't show a whole lot of stuff going on, and it leaves the viewers kind of questioning, well, what was going on before all this? What was going on? What is the totality of the circumstances here? Like, we want to see more. And I think that when agencies do stuff like this, it gives the impression to the public that the agency has something to hide. Oh, why aren't you showing the whole body cam footage? You got something to hide? Blah, 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 blah. I don't think the agency has anything to hide. I don't think they've done anything wrong. But when they do stuff like this, it gives that impression. And it's very easy for uneducated public to latch onto that and be like, oh, look, they're hiding shit. They ain't showing the whole thing. Blah, 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 blah. Also, their audio sucks. I had to double check my audio twice to make sure all my volume settings were up. But for whatever reason, their volume's just super low. I think they do that because there's a lot of people who listen to these things with headphones in, and so they adjust that volume to accommodate people with headphones. I don't use headphones when I listen to these things. I just watch it on my laptop, and so listening to it through my laptop, I'm having to kind of strain to hear what the hell's going on. So if you're complaining about the noise or the sound level, it's not me, it's them. Could have bringing in breaching tools have been an option. Potentially. Could have brought in a battering ram to help defeat this door, sledgehammer, Halligan tool, something. Those are options, but at the end of the day, they're still heavy pieces of iron, and you're going to have to do something with them once you drop them or use them and they're no longer needed. They're going to have to go to the ground in an enclosed space. That could be tripping hazards and stuff like that, especially if a Halligan bar, you got to make sure you point that thing spike down, so if someone does trip and fall, they're not falling on the spike and impaling themselves with it. And then if you have to move backwards real quick, you still need to retain onto that thing, because if not, then it could be picked up and be used as an improvised weapon. And you're basically arming someone with something that can literally crush a skull or impale a big spike in through someone's skull. Certainly something that could be more deadlier than the knife that he originally had. With a breaching tool, it would have also been possible to just go ahead and breach a hole in this wall right here next to the door, and then start flooding the room with less lethal stuff. It would even be possible to do a red room move and put a freaking sledgehammer through this interior door, knock a big ass hole in it, and then just, aim a weapon in through that port to get what you need, or to start streaming some less lethal in through that port, whether it be liquid OC or even something like a pepper ball gun. I don't think K9 would have been a useful resource in this, because that would just likely result in the K9 being damaged and or killed. Not much else to talk about with this video. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching.